back. We're all under globalist rule. We're all going into this thing. They're not bringing Muslims in, 5 million of them in the last 4 years, into Europe because they want to have everybody love the Muslims. It's meant to totally demonize them and set up a giant war between the West and Islam. It'll destroy both, by the way, which is what Albert Pike wrote 140 years ago. Wow, that guy was evil. So I'm going to cover all of this. There is so much to get to, obviously, but that's just some of what I wanted to get to there. We've got some big announcements coming up in the next hour. We've got our reporters joining us from Germany and California. This is what we built with the InfoWar. We have got the newspapers imploding even faster. Ebola case reportedly in Hollywood, LA Times. Folks, we got all sorts of Ebola on a routine basis. They just cover it up. That's been confirmed, but it's just back of the paper. Just like TB spreading everywhere. They don't even test folks for TB now. 20-something% of the refugees have TB, Associated Press. No one seems to care. TB spreading everywhere. TB that'll kill you. Doesn't matter what color your baby is now, does it? Oh, just be nice. Let the people in from Latin America and let the people in where it's even worse from the Middle East with flesh-eating bacteria mites. Mites that carry a bacteria that then eats your flesh, that hundreds of thousands died in the last year in the Middle East from it. It's okay. We get to, Black Plague's now showing up. Wet leprosy is now showing up at record levels, never before seen in the last 100 years. But it's okay. Because a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy might have raped a woman and only got 6 months. In fact, I say execute him, but execute all the other rapists, even if they're illegal. Oh, you won't do that, will you? You see, I'm not defending this guy. Who knows what he really did? The point is, the judge and the police didn't buy the story that the jury did. Who knows? All I know is they've seen a lot more. I'm not defending every judge out there, but I'm just telling you, there's a lot of stuff going on here. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Hillary begs Bernie to drop out as she clinches the nomination, the media says. She stole most of the delegates. He's the real guy. He's fighting it, even though I hate him. We've got Bilderberg's agenda. It's on drudgereport.com. It's on Infowars.com. We got it. They put it out on their official website. We wrote a story around it. That's coming up. And it is your purchase of the products that makes it all possible. Now, joining us is Dr. Edward Group, one of the top nutraceutical producers in the country, who has so many patents it makes my head spin, and who produces the line of products for InfoWarsLife.com. We have a limited run of 1,000 of these. I want to know your reviews. I want you to get them. We have a few minutes here and 5 minutes in the next segment to talk about it. This is so important because it's ozonated, pure olive oil, organic skin moisturizer that we've been using for 6 months behind the scenes. It's been years in the making. Leanne McAdoo has been so blown away by it. The problem is that Group blew up a facility making it once because it's so hard to contain the ozone in a true gas form. It's safe once it's in the bottle with the olive oil, so it actually oxygenates and is basically living. And if I'm saying this correct, Dr. Group, instead of just being dead oil on your body, it actually bioactivates. Is that a fair way of saying it, Dr. Group?
Yeah, it is. I did actually almost blow up the facility. It all started with, we talk about all the internal toxins all the time coming into the body, but I was also looking for, the different types of toxins that affect the skin and what is the ultimate skincare product. And that led me back to Nikola Tesla's research, and he actually created an ozonated olive oil by bubbling ozone through it for a long period of time. Sometimes it takes up to 6 months to get the olive oil to change into a paste. So it's not necessarily a liquid olive oil that's been ozonated. This is a chemical process that takes place over a long period of time.
You're not putting gimmicks out. That's why your iodine you produce for us, your Super Male, all of it are such game changers, even with the nutraceutical and supplement Nazis out there on the big third-party sites. They absolutely love our products.
Yeah, this is what you would consider as the ultimate luxury skincare product. I mean, it releases oxygen onto the skin. We've been testing this for close to 15 years. Some of the most exclusive luxury spas around the world use this for oxygen facials and charge $250 per facial. It's 100% organic. It's been known to stimulate and grow skin cells. It protects the skin from toxic products. Look at most skincare products out there, including sunscreen, Alex, cause severe damage to the skin. So I was
Dr. Group, stay there because I went to you late. I got so wound up. I want you to come back and take your time talking about this because that's the key. Similar formulas that aren't even as good as yours out there. I happen to know because I've seen it. are $100, $200 because it's like $100 just for the treatment and $100 for the person to do the treatment, the esthetician. So we're talking about $29. It should be $40, but we're discounting it out of the gate as an introductory offer, $29. Ozonated olive oil, InfoWarsLife.com. All right, for this short segment, we're talking to Dr. Edward Group about an amazing new development in health. And then when we start the next segment, we have this as an exclusive, just so you know, and it's a big deal. You notice that Newt Gingrich has been out attacking Donald Trump a lot lately, claiming he was his big buddy all along, and I said, don't trust Newt Gingrich. Well, report, Trump refused $200 million to pick Gingrich as VP. That's on Infowars.com. We're going to be talking about that coming up in the next segment. Then we'll talk to our reporters out on the West Coast for this big primary day, 2016, and then we'll go to Germany with our reporters on the ground there. They've been inside the Bilderberg Hotel. I'm told they're trying to throw them out basically right now. They have the German military there putting up fences. But we only got a little bit of time. Dr. Group, thank you for your time. Start over with how you developed this, why it's so important, and why it's such a game changer of ozonated olive oil, skin moisturizing conditioner, why this 1.7 fluid ounce paste is so important.
Well, because I was looking for the most effective, non-toxic, organic skincare product that would actually stimulate and renew the epidermis, which is the epidermal cells on your skin. So many people put so many toxins on their skin, and our skin is exposed to toxins in the air every day, too. Our skin loves oxygen, but we're not getting oxygen on our skin because the oxygen content is decreasing in the atmosphere all over the world. So I was looking to develop the most ultimate luxury skincare product that's out there. And it was based on Nikola Tesla's research back in the early days where he started ozonating olive oil and it would turn into a white, thick paste. But it's very dangerous to do because ozone generates a lot of heat and the equipment necessary for that is extremely expensive. And we spent close to $250,000 just on some of the equipment alone. And it takes a long time. You have to bubble ozone at certain temperatures through a period of time. It can take 3 to 6 months, depending on what type of olive oil you're using and also depending on the atmospheric pressure currently in that time period. So what you end up with is you end up with this paste. And at the end, it is extremely effective to use for all different types of skin conditions. Over the last 15 years, we've tested it on practically everything. And, you know, some of the most luxurious spas around the country charge $300 or $400 sometimes for oxygen facials. It's 100% organic. It's going to provide oxygen to the skin. It's going to neutralize any chemicals and toxins that are on the skin because the skin is an exposure point to toxins, and you do suck in chemicals and toxins through the skin as well. So that helps reduce the amount of the chemicals and toxins coming in. It reduces swelling and redness. It calms the nerves and reduces the amount of pain. It increases, a lot of times because it's expensive. I mean, Alex, this could sell for hundreds of dollars because there's always a limited supply. There's only so much we can make. We can only make 300 or 400 bottles. It's all handmade at a time. So it really is a luxury ultimate skin product. So a lot of people just use it for their face. It works as a conditioner, really for anti-aging, wrinkles, but also people use it for so many other things. I use it for anytime my kids get injured, they have cuts, burns, scrapes on their skin. The beautiful thing about ozonated olive oil is it doesn't leave scarring. Women love it for cellulite reduction. I mean, it minimizes the appearance of cellulite.
Or stretch marks, I guess, when they're pregnant and in the third trimester. Expanding on this, you're not kidding around because, you know, we all have wives, girlfriends, over the years and know that women go to these $100, $200, $300 facials, and these oxygen-based ones are amongst the most expensive. This is a super high-quality product. It's concentrated oxygen and ozone that then releases on the skin in organic, concentrated olive oil that's in a thick, concentrated paste. It's amazing, and it's really important people to understand. We can sell this right now for $40. Introductory, $29.95. Even though we have a limited run, I just really want to give people the very best insane deal out there, and I just hope Dr. Group's able to produce a lot more because this stuff will sell out today, and the small profit we make helps fund our reporters being all over the world reporting on game-changing news. Thank you, Dr. Group. Great job. God bless you.
Thank you. Take care.
Get it today, InfoWarsStore.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back live now into the second hour. We're going to have our reporters joining us coming up at the bottom of the hour from outside Dresden, Germany, where the Bilderberg Group is meeting. This is the group whose own documents in the last 50 years have been leaked to the BBC and ourselves and others, where they admit they're setting up a planetary government. They're going to use third world populations to drive down wages. They're going to use the imploding third world to then flood the West, causing a crisis. That crisis will be used to bring in authoritarian control and a global government to manage the collapsing third world. Because you got to have a global government to control the collapsing 5+ billion, 6 billion people trying to get into the first world that conservatively maybe has 900 million people in it. More of them living in third world conditions. The carrying weight of the planet, the globalists say, is about to implode, but they're the ones undermining it and blocking innovation. And then hoarding the technology and good developments for themselves in tax-exempt corporate and governmental combines. There's an article coming up by Kurt Nimmo that's excellent that I'll be covering later when we get into Bilderberg. Engineer decarbonization will result in mass starvation, poverty, and civil strife. That's what the British Ministry of Defense said, too, in 2007, because it's the plan. He says CO2 is beneficial, not detrimental. That's like saying sunshine is beneficial, or water is beneficial, or mommy is beneficial. A University of Cambridge engineering professor, we're going to get on, warns that the globalist effort to cut carbon emissions will result in widespread poverty, starvation, and civil strife. M.J. Kelly, I want to get him on. Everything I cover in my film Endgame with the globalist admissions of within the first 10 years of the carbon taxes they've wanted, it would cause conservatively 1 billion deaths. We've already seen world starvation numbers go from about 25 million a decade ago to over 45 million a year, more than half of those children. You can say, well, that's how we get rid of too many people. Okay, but the globalists are setting up economic systems to cut development off. I mean, at least, you know, have the courtesy to go shoot them in the head and get it over with quickly. So this is soft kill. This is Nazi Germany 2.0. This is Nazi Germany coming back home. Now, I'm about to go to Leanne McAdoo here in a moment, who is on the ground in Long Beach, California. She's going to be at polling locations today, filing reports to Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com with exit polls. She's also going to be covering any civil unrest that comes if this is stolen from Sanders. And she's also going to be at the Democratic primary event. So Biggs is going to be going to Bernie primary event, and he'll be popping in during the fourth hour today. He'll also be reporting on the bedlam he videotaped Monday and over the weekend with the rioting people with Mexican flags beating up any Hispanics that dared try to go to a Trump rally. Of course, those folks did fight back. I can say that's better than the white yuppies who don't ever seem to fight back. I don't get why white people are so wimpy, but I mean, let me just say something that's cliched. I guess that's what it's turned into. But this is the type of stuff that's going on. And I want to get Leanne's take on this, though, because Bernie's gotten more real delegates, but Hillary appoints super delegates and has stolen more than 10 states from him. So a lot of the math shows he's the winner. But even with Hillary and the media pushing her as the winner, some people wanted to bet on the winner, so they started voting more for her the last month. But still, it's neck and neck. And Bernie says he's going to go to the deal in Philadelphia and fight it. And so, they're getting the riot police ready because, you know, Bernie Sanders are troublemakers. Well, they actually are, but they're actually in the right. When they talk about Hillary stealing it, they're not in the right, beating up folks just trying to go see what Donald Trump has to say. A lot of them aren't even supporters. So Leanne McAdoo joining us via video connection from Southern California. Leanne, what are your observations? What's your take? What are you expecting to see?
Hi there, Alex. Yes, we are right outside of a polling location here in Long Beach at the Long Beach Civic Center. There was kind of a rush this morning, people trying to get in, get their votes before they headed into work. Be sort of slow trickle throughout the day. But what we've spoken to some people here at the polling location, and they said that there's a lot of upset. A lot of people are really upset. They're wanting to see some sort of a surprise. And then, of course, this morning, perfectly timed with people who are about to go vote in the California primaries that, hey, you know what, Hillary Clinton, according to some super secret, super delegate, they've already all decided that she's going to be making history as the first female nominee for this party here for the Democratic Party. So they put that out there perfectly timed to almost take